Fisk unit. Fisk unit. What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist unit while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. So check this out. Joe Shane making calls on Brandin Cooks? On DJ Moore? What has Big Fist been trying to tell y'all? The salary cap is a myth. I told you, it doesn't exist. It's a figment of your imagination. The salary cap is here for rebuilding teams. That's what the salary cap is for. The salary cap is for teams that are rebuilding and don't want to spend money. Because the good Lord knows, when teams are competing for championships, it don't exist. It don't exist to the Rams. It don't exist to the 49ers who paid mad people this offseason and then bring on Christian McCaffrey. Okay? It doesn't exist to the Saints when they was competing for championships. It doesn't exist to the Eagles who just keep adding talent and adding talent. When you are competing for championships, the salary cap don't exist. The only time the salary cap matters is when you're not competing for championships and you're rebuilding and you're being cheap. That's the only time it exists. Because why else would Joe Shane, as poor as the Giants are, don't even have two nickels to rub together? DJ Moore just got a bag. He called the Panthers about DJ Moore. Brandin Cooks just got a bag. Calls the Houston Texans about Brandin Cooks. So I don't want to hear the salary crap. I don't want to hear it. The salary cap is a myth. Been telling y'all that for years. Can you explain Dave Gettleman signing Adoree Jackson and Kenny Golladay and re-signing Leonard Williams when we had no money? The salary cap does not exist. Okay, so obviously by the opening 90 seconds of the video, you can see the Giants are in talks for Brandin Cooks. If we're going to go get a wide receiver who's under contract, making a bag, can we go get DJ Moore? Because that's the Saquon draft. That's the same. He fits the age range. You know, I'm not against Brandin Cooks. I'm going to say this. Brandin Cooks got 1,000 yards in New Orleans. He got 1,000 yards in New England. He got 1,000 yards in LA. And he got 1,000 yards in Houston. That is a great receiver. That's a borderline Hall of Fame receiver right there. I don't want to hear about Super Bowls when it comes to a dependent receiver, dependent position like receivers. When you're a wide receiver, we grade you on individual talent. And the fact that this dude has gone to 4 different franchises and had 1,000-yard receiving seasons, that's just, you can't put a price on that. I mean, that's greatness. He's going to get the job done. Doesn't matter the offense, doesn't matter the quarterback. He's going to get it done. He's going to get open. He knows how to get open all over the field, primarily down the field. He's good after the catch. Brandin Cooks is a stud, man. He's a stud. Okay, so I personally feel like if Joe Shane gets Brandin Cooks, that helps Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley exponentially because you have to leave a safety over the top for Cooks. Cooks will burn you deep. He will get behind them. He will get behind the secondary. So that helps. And he's reliable. The guy got hands. So I'm not mad at that. My only argument, my only retort to that is if you're going to get an expensive receiver, can we go get DJ Moore? Like I said, that's Daniel Jones and Saquon. That's their age group. DJ Moore just got his contract. That's the same draft as Saquon, him and Calvin Ridley, Henry Ruggs. If he wasn't an idiot, that's their draft. So I think he fits the team better. DJ Moore just fits our timeline better. No disrespect to Brandin Cooks. But Brandin Cooks that's the Golladay timeline. That's that late 20s, almost out of your prime timeline. If we're going to splurge on a receiver and give up draft capital for a receiver, Let's get the guy that fits the timeline. You feel me? That's where I'm going with that. I personally would just rather try my luck with Jerry Judy, who's on his rookie contract. Going into tomorrow, Giants fans, I'm like, can we just root against the Broncos? If the Broncos have a sorry outing and lose, they'll be more likely to trade Jerry Judy. I'm like, can we just root for Russell Wilson to stink it up again so they can make Jerry Judy available officially? That's really where I'm going at it. I have no interest in Chase Claypool. None. Like, Daniel Jones needs receivers that get open. He needs receivers that are going to create separation. Chase Claypool just seems like a vertical, big-bodied receiver who just wants to make contested catches. That's not what we need. It didn't work with Galladay. What makes you think it's going to work with him? And lastly, this DeAndre Hopkins crap. Stop. No. There's no way on God's green earth Joe Shane is trading for DeAndre Hopkins and that $30 million a year. It ain't happening. That $30 million a year ain't happening. And on top of that, DeAndre Hopkins is not what the Giants need. DeAndre Hopkins is not. He. No, that's not what once again, that's a guy who doesn't create a lot of separation, who relies on contested catches. Daniel Jones needs some route runners, some guys who get separation. Now, granted, Hopkins, no, if Hopkins is on the Giants, he's going to get busy. I'm not disrespecting Hopkins. We know Nuke Hopkins gets busy. I'm just saying, I want to see Daniel Jones with some route runners. I want to see Daniel Jones with some guys that can get down the field, that can make explosive plays, that can get open, create separation. I just don't like it. It didn't work with Slayton. It didn't work with Galladay. Fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, shame on me. At some point, we just got to accept the fact that Daniel Jones ain't gonna work with these catching traffic, contested catching, no separating receivers. It don't work. Slayton don't get no separation. Galladay doesn't get separation. It doesn't work. You know what worked with Daniel Jones? Sterling Shepard. He got separation. Golden Tate before Joe Judge buried him. He got separation. That's what Daniel Jones works with. Kadarius Toney, for the one and a half games he showed up, separation. That's what Daniel Jones seems to work with best. So let's get him guys who create separation. Odell Beckham, anyone? But anyway, that's it. That's all. I will see y'all tomorrow afternoon with my reaction to the Seahawks Giants game. Y'all stay safe out there this Halloween weekend. We up out of here. My name is Fist Vegas, and I approve this message.